Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, The Spiritual Justice Gem Goddess Quita. Or you can call me Quita. Either one would do. I answer to both. I'm just sitting here and the Lord ministered to me. And he is saying that it's I feel a lot of curses in my feet. And I had been feeling them for the last 4 years. Like people will throw, that's how I know when people are throwing black magic on me, I can feel it in my feet. They burn. If it's good magic, my right foot will burn. If it's if it's bad magic, my left foot will burn. So I didn't ever know what it was. And today I'm just sitting here and God is saying that that's the earth chakra. That's our earth chakra. Protect your earth chakra, meaning your foot chakra, your grounding chakra. Somebody is trying to unground you. They have been trying to unground me for years now. And I went through cycles of instability and all of that. But that's why I'm here to tell you, because I went through it and I conquered it. You guys, there is an earth chakra that people don't talk about. They just talk about grounding. But it's actually your earth chakra, which is your feet chakra, your foot chakra. And I walk outside on the, since I moved in my house, I walk outside barefoot most of the time, and it grounds me so well. But you can do it energetically. It's not too many channels that have earth grounding chakra music, but I did that today. It works wonders. I'm like, God, why do I have to always wash my feet? Because when you out, you can't wash your feet. You can't do that when you're at work and stuff. I was like, how am I supposed to work? And these people keep casting these spells on me. The Most High God was telling me that you guys, it's earth ground. It's called earth chakra meditation. Is one that's 10 minutes and 22 seconds. I did that today, made a world of difference. I didn't even know that that was a chakra, a thing, but apparently we have an earth chakra, which is a grounding. I heard of grounding before, but I never heard the name earth chakra. And when I listened to that, that thing was powerful. It worked. And then I was meditating with God, and when I finished meditating, and while I was meditating, let me put it like this, because this is what really happened. While I was meditating, I began to get so many messages and downloads. I had to write them all down, and I had the Lord, please bring the rest back to my remembrance, because, baby, I'm telling you, they love to unground people from earth. They like to mess with your earth chakra. They love to unground you. So you guys, if you're experiencing any burning in your left or right foot is good. For me, my answer told me that's good. It means good things are coming. That means you're being ordered, directed by God. Left mean warning, watch out, something, something might happen. It may be small, it may be big. It depends on what kind of magic they're throwing out. So you guys, yeah, just cleanse your earth chakra, cleanse your feet. That's why God made it, Jesus in the Bible, he made it a thing to wash people's feet, meaning he come in peace. So if you're feeling burning in your feet, and that means people, they're not coming in peace, especially your left foot. If someone is coming and doing you want to do you harm, you're going to feel it in your left foot, especially if you're spiritually sensitive like I am. I am so spiritually sensitive. I was like, oh my God. Like even at work, when I used to work these jobs, I used to work at Walmart and different places like that. I love meeting the people. I love helping people. I love greeting people. But it was so exhausting. I used to get so sick from being around so many people. I used to throw up. I was pregnant with my daughter. I think that's one of the reasons why she have autism, because I was pregnant. That's the only pregnancy that I worked during the pregnancy, and I was on my feet constantly. And when I tell you it messed up my body so bad, being around so many different people, it messed with me. I knew nothing about crystals. I knew nothing about energetic music. I prayed, and not saying prayer didn't work, but I prayed, and I just lived my life. And that's where I was in my spiritual walk with God. And it wasn't working. Just prayer alone wasn't working. I can see that now, but back then I didn't know any better, and I would greet these people, shake their hands and different stuff like this. These people used to get so mad at me, and it wasn't really at me. They would be frustrated, and that energy, that's when I learned that I was spiritually sensitive. I was energy sensitive. I used to be so sensitive, you guys. So I threw up. It's a real thing. People are really energy sensitive. I never thought I would have never thought of myself that way. But the more I went back and looked at my life and spirits, like, yeah, you're very sensitive to energies. I used to throw up so much. And I'm like, why I'm throwing up? And then I was pregnant on top of it. And the baby that I was pregnant with, that's the one that have autism. And she's very sensitive to energy as well. She reads energy well, and she's very sensitive to it. And I'm trying to tell you, you guys, it's a thing. I didn't know to protect myself, my pregnancy. I knew nothing about it. And so I'm here to tell you that it's a real thing. If you're at work and you're feeling sick all the time and nothing really, nothing really bad going on in your work environment, because I liked it working. I was up on my feet, moving. I was being productive. I love feeling that way. It felt like I was getting stuff done. When I would go home, even at work, I would pass out. I passed out 3 times when I was working at Walmart for being so energy. I was so sensitive to energy, and plus I was pregnant with my daughter that has autism. Oh my God, I used to throw up. I threw up 3 times, I think, and I passed out 3 times. If I'm give or take some, my memory could be a little bit off. But you guys, this is my testimony. There are people out here who are really energy sensitive, and that means you're more spiritual than most. You're more spiritually sensitive than most. And that means you're more psychic. You have more intuitive gifts than most people. And you need to protect yourself, especially your earth chakra. If I knew to protect my earth chakra, if I knew how to ground back then, it would have made my life a world of difference. And you guys need to learn how to do that. If you notice that you're energy sensitive, or if you have even autistic children, if you're autistic yourself, ADHD children, those type of children, it's not something they learn different, but not only do they learn different, but the reason why they learn different is because they're sensitive to the spirit, to the Most High God. And they may have anger and fits, but that means that something is going on in the environment. Somebody's casting spells, somebody's doing negative energetic work. Because most of those people who have autism and things like that, they are highly gifted children. They're highly gifted people, and that's why they're so sensitive. You could tell what's going on in the environment by how they're reacting to the different types of environments they're in. Okay, so you guys, just be aware of that, please. I say that because I wish I had somebody to tell me. I feel like crying right now. I wish I had somebody to tell me, because it would have changed my life back then. Oh my God! But the Holy Spirit is really coming through right now. But I wish I just had somebody to tell me that, because it would have really made a world of a difference to me. Probably saved me from passing out, from thinking that like, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I would go to the doctors. They were like, there's nothing wrong. Got a little acid reflux. But I was reacting to it so badly. And my daughter, she has a lot of hair. It's all the way down her back. So that could have been the acid reflux, but I would pass out. I would be like literally humped over at the end of my shift until I had to quit my job. And people don't know that about me. People think, oh, she don't like to work. I do like to work, but I'm very sensitive to energy. And when you're that way, then you're most likely have a spiritual calling on your life. And I know that I'm very gifted in spiritual arts and spiritual things like that. I'm a master manifester. But I like to do positive energetic work. I'm not a negative energetic worker. I do protect myself and return back to sender. We not playing with them, because some people out here are just ruthless and just they mind ain't right. So you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself. But you guys, it's just if I had someone to tell me, or to know better, I would have done better. And now that I know better, I'm just now learning that I know grounding. And because when I was growing up, I would just walk out. I grew up in the country, so I would walk outside barefooted. That's nothing to us. And so that was naturally grounding to me. I used to like to walk on cold concrete and cold grass and go sit underneath the tree and just put my feet. I used to kneel on my son does it now too. I used to kneel in a stance, in a kneeling stance. And I used to just like to be in that stance. And God told me, your body, you naturally knew how to do that. But the older we get, the more we conform to societal standpoints and views and different abuse, whether child abuse when you're, your early years or your latter years, relationships. All these things have a toll on us. And our soul naturally knows, but if we're not connected to our higher self, our intuition, or we're not eating right and doing things right, we can't get those messages and downloads. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was spiritually blocked for a while, and it really affected my life. And so I tell you this, and I tell you my testimony so you can understand how serious it is, so you can have a clear picture of how sensitive some people can be to different things. And you might not, medically, they might not never know what's wrong with you, or it might not be nothing medically wrong with you, but spiritually, there is something wrong with you. And I never knew that. All the stuff that I know about my spirituality, the stuff I teach on my channel, I taught myself everything. The Most High God led me on this path. My ancestors, my angels. I had Archangel Michael to come visit me when I lived in Florida. This tarot reader, well, she wasn't even a tarot reader, she was a psychic. She said Archangel Michael is going to visit you, and Metatron is going to come visit you in your living room. I heard her, but I didn't realize how important that message was, how deep it was. And until I met Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron in my living room, I was scared at first. And then I was like, oh, okay, they told me, because they didn't want me to be scared. Because I met another one of my spiritual guides who I can't really talk about. And that particular spiritual guide was on a whole nother level. Like, that spiritual, I can't even say if it's a he or she, on a whole different page. And when I first seen it, I was scared. I thought it was a demon. I didn't know what it was. And then once my spirit guides came and ministered to me and told me who that particular spirit guide is and was, I was like, oh my God. And I was so remorseful. They knew I didn't know. And I was just apologizing to him. I was just apologizing. And I was just like, oh my God, I did not know. And they knew I didn't know. I repented right then and there, because we have people and beings around us, and people take it for granted. Oh, your angels is around you. They don't know it's actual beings that's around you. It's actual physical, energetic, conscious beings who are benevolent, that are around you, protecting you, leading you, guiding you. They are actually conscious beings that have no body. And they're permitted on this earth because they're doing the Lord's work. They're actually here. It's actually real. It's actually real conscious beings who are benevolent to most of us, because I'm of the Most High God. So my spirit guides have to be benevolent. So when I actually knew that I could see angels, then I understood my calling just a little bit deeper. When I actually understood that, like, I can see energy, I can see auras. Like, people talk about auras. I'm not even just talking about auras. I can see literal energy, but like energy. People say they can see squirrel. It's not high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure. I can see literal energy. Literal. I can tell you if it's good or if it's bad. I could walk in a house and tell you if there's spirits, demons, or angels in that house, or just somebody's parent or a guardian or loved one that never passed over. That's how highly gifted I am. And so now that I'm older and I'm in my calling and I'm understanding myself a lot more, I understand how to help people like me, because it's not so many people. You would think it is, but it's not a lot of people like me. It's not a lot of people who are sensitive and have the gifts that I have. Most people that I've met, I have never met them in person. It's always been online. That's how few it is. And I am just so thankful that I've been through the things that I've been through so I can help other people and my kids, because this thing is not easy to live in a insane world that says your sanity, your spirituality is insane, but have to walk and be above that and treat them with respect. Imagine knowing what somebody going to do before they do it and not being able to do nothing about it and just watching them do it. But you want to be there to help them and save them, but you can't because they have to learn themselves. That's how highly gifted I am. I can see things in. I've been like that, and I didn't understand that that was a gift. I didn't understand that that was a calling. I did not understand that. I'm like, but and I tell people like that's gonna happen, and people be like thinking I'm crazy, and then they come back and be like, oh, what you said happened. They think I spoke it, but I can see it because just the way they was moving, just how their mindset was. God, it's just I could see how they was moving. It's just like, oh, and I'm that person. I can sit back and watch them and be like, A lot of times I don't say anything to people because people think you're cursing them, but I know it's not a curse because I shut up and it still happened. I'm just like, ooh. So I said that to say this: protect your earth chakra. Know that angels is conscious beings that are around us that are here, and they are here no matter what you pray on, no matter how much people try to pray against you and stuff. They're going to always be on their job because of your spiritual ranking. Because of my spiritual ranking, I know that my angels are always on their job. My spirit team is always on their job, even when it don't seem like it, because they know I'm learning, I'm growing, because nobody taught me how to be me. There was no guiding. There was no grimoire love. There was just the Bible. The Bible was my basic. And I got tired of, I'm like, God, how can Christians be in a church? How do you sit in the church their whole life and never go out in the world and use it? I'm not talking about knocking on doors, passing out food and Bibles. I'm actually living, walking like Jesus walked, doing the thing. I've lived some of the things Jesus did. I have lived it. I have done those miracles. I have actually did the miracle. I have actually done the work. And a lot of people think the Bible is just some religious book. Don't do this. And it's not. Most of the things that the commandments is a guideline. It's a guideline. And I can break that thing down for you, but I don't have the time or the space on my phone to do that. But you have to understand it's a guideline, and everything is in that Bible is highly symbolic. So that's why you have to research. I was in the church since I was a little girl, but after my mom had died, I had been in the church. I went to church every day of the week. I knew every book in the Bible. I read the whole Bible 3 or 4 times before I turned 18. I taught Sunday school. I was an usher. I taught the little kids. They love me. I know I have a gift for kids. I love kids and they love me. They have always loved me. That's just my gift, my calling. I taught Sunday school to these kids. They loved me because I understood them, and they was like, "How can you apply the Bible? How do you know this? And you're just around our age." I was like, "I don't know. It's a gift." I said, "I don't know. I just know." I used to tell them all the time, and they used to love me. I remember at my church, someone got mad and upset because all the kids loved me. They was to bring me stuff. I never asked for anything. They would bring me flowers. They would buy me cars and all kind of things, just give me gifts. And I was just like, what is this for? And they were like, you don't understand what you do. And they would be crying in tears because a lot of kids was getting abused at home and stuff. And they were poor and poor. And she said, you never go back and tell nobody. No, I'm not. I'm going to pray for you. You don't understand what people go through in their lifetimes. I'm going to go pray for you. I'm not going to go talk about you. I've never been a person to really gossip about people. Not on TV, all that craziness. They get paid. They acting. I'm talking about in real life. Nobody can say I gossip about them. If I told something about them, it was 9 times out of 10. It was a messy situation. I was dealing with a narcissistic personality, and I had to defend myself. Other than that, it's a lot of people stuff. I know about a lot of people. I keep it to myself because it's not my story to tell. It's not my pain to tell. It's not my drama to be in. It was for me to listen and pour into that person and leave that person where they at so that they could grow and receive the word from God. I ministered to them and I left it alone. Because I look at it like this. If I was in the same situation and I vented to somebody, I wouldn't want the whole world to know what I vented to that person about. And so I treat people sorry, I treat people as they want to be treated, and as I wish to be treated. I treat you how I would want you to treat me, and then when you show me who you are, I treat you how you treat me. That's how I operate. At first, you get the benefit of the doubt. Then after that, however you treat me is how I'm gonna treat you, because you're showing me how you want me to treat you. All right. And that's where people get my personality and my me confused, because it's a lot of narcissistic people that's attracted to me in different ways, not just sexually or romantically, just like, friendship wise, and they don't, like, some people who have mental illness, they come to me. I have a friend now. She came to me. She said, I don't know what's wrong with me. And when she said that, God already got my spirit guide was on it. Don't do this, don't do that. She knew exactly what was wrong with her. She knew what was wrong with her, but she wanted my love to pour into her. And I give it sparingly. I give it sparingly. Narcissistic people, they sift you out. They look for you to pour love into them because they can't pour into themselves. And I refuse. I give them what the word that God tell me to give them, and I keep it pushing. They want to call me every day, dump on me. No, you're not going to dump on me. No, I don't want to be around you. No, I'm not going to be seen with you. Yes, I know that person. Yes, I'm acquainted with that particular person, but I don't hang out with those people. I'm more of a homebody. I'm more of a get things done spiritualist. I do stuff like that. I do stuff that's productive for God and for the universe and for others, the highest good of everybody else. So I'm sorry, I just had to give my testimony because it was just on my heart heavy to give this testimony, to be who I truly am. I have always been different. Ever since I was a child, I had autism too, just like my daughter. I had autism. Only thing mine was different. She has the social. I had the dyslexic part. Okay, I couldn't speak well. I used to write all my letters on top of each other. Always been different. My mom always told me I was different. My mom, once she knew that I would tell the truth all the time, no matter what, my mom always protected me. And she said, "Don't never let nobody not let you tell your truth." And that goes with my testimony. Don't ever be so afraid or ashamed of who you are that you can't, be yourself in front of people. And that's why I can sit on my couch right here and be myself in front of everybody in the world, because this is who I truly am. This is where I come from. I don't have to lie to get my way. I don't have to cheat. I don't have to sell my soul. I don't have to do nothing. And anything that I've done and made a mistake in, I can be big enough and say, hey, I did that. Yes, that used to be me, but that's not me no more. I had to learn and grow. We all have to grow from something. Okay? So that being said, I'm out, you guys. Peace.